Good evening, gamers. Today we are going to be doing a very educational breakdown of the garden hose nozzle tier list. Our options today that we will be heavily debating on are center, flat, jet, shower, mist, soaker, and cone. We will be heavily debating on these fine subjects all together. I'm not doing this stupid ass. I put on classical music in the background because we're gonna have a very intellectual debate here on which garden hose setting belongs where. Let me ping server first. I'm not choosing where these belong. We have to all agree on what tier we think should be in what. I need to grab the stream real quick. Give me a moment. Two people watching a garden hose tier list, kind of based. Alright. Alright, almost done. Okay. Alright, we need to start off with center. Do we even need to describe what center is? It's kind of like jet, just like not really as good. I mean, I guess center is kind of good in the sense of like if you're trying to water plants and you need to like get fast, but like that's not really. Center can be beat by shower then, because if you're trying to do something like plants, then going with shower or like mist. Yeah, I think center is a pretty boring one. Center is kind of mid when you consider that there are much better alternatives to either of the jobs they need. I think, honestly, center, I think that might be a C tier. I wouldn't say that center is a D tier. I think center, in my opinion, is a solid C tier. Are we all in agreement? Can we agree on C tier? I want at least like 3 agreements for C tier. I don't think it's good enough to. Actually, I don't know. I think there are some points to make for calling center a B tier setting, because it is pretty versatile in what it's doing. Although, like, why be versatile when there are 2 settings that achieve both of the things that center is trying to do and do a better job at it? So I think we're going to go and put center in a C tier. It's not horrible, but everything it does can be done by something better. Now, flat. Personally, I like flat. I think flat is a good setting. I think in, like, the sense of watering plants and stuff. I'm very congested, hold on. I think in the sense of watering plants, flat can be pretty good. Honestly, it can even rival shower with how good it is if you're going in, like, a wide area. What are we thinking about flat? I'm thinking either A or B. I think it's a B tier, actually. Although we got some arguments for flat being an A tier here. Because flat definitely has its uses. So I don't know. How do we feel about calling flat an A tier? Can we get 3 for A tier? All right, that's 2 for A tier for flat. Although we get 2 for B tier on flat, so we'll see whichever one gets the more responses. Actually, we'll just throw up a poll real quick. Forgot we can do this. It's definitely not an S tier, but it's not anything lower. Just throw in the poll, we'll wait like 30 seconds. And depending on how many we get there. So go in that poll real quick. Ooh. Alright, it looks like B is winning. It's got over half the stream saying B. But not by that much, though, so we'll give it a little bit longer before we come to a final conclusion. Okay, yeah, B tier is definitely winning. We'll keep it up for a little while longer in case it pulls ahead, and then we can switch it, but I think B tier won here. Alright. Do we even need to debate about Jet? There is no competition here. Jet is an S tier garden hose setting. Does anyone... Do we even need to debate this? Is there anyone that thinks that Jet should not be an S? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Because to me, Jet is an S tier garden hose settings. You can have so much fun. Jet isn't about gardening. It's not about watering things. It's about watering people. Actually, no. You can use Jet. Jet can be pretty good to wash your car. Although I think when it comes to washing cars, shower is probably better. Unless you got like hard soap, soaked in areas, which Jet can completely clutch up. But I think the real point behind Jet being a setting is that it's made to have fun. You're supposed to be around your friends, your family, your loved ones, and you're supposed to have a good time just shooting people with Jet. Someone's got a squirt gun. Oh yeah, well you just hopped on the damn minigun when you pump Jet onto the garden hose, man. They're not coming near you. You pull up with the Jet, they're all done. You win. Alright, so I think it's safe to say that Jet is like peak S tier. There is nothing better than Jet. Jet goes very hard. Alright. We've got another very good one here. We've got Shower. Now, personally, I really don't know which one to say here. I think Shower could be in competition for S tier. Not nearly as good as Jet. But I could also see Shower taking a solid A tier here. So, I'm going to throw up a poll, but I'd still like to hear your responses about what we think about, Shower. I'd like to hear the arguments. Because, like, Shower, probably the most versatile option here. It is very good at being a garden hose, but that's about all it does. Whereas Jet is like, Jet goes hard, man. You can have fun with Jet. Like, Shower, it gets stuff done. But, like, Jet is just, you're here to have fun and nothing but fun. Whereas Shower just kind of, like, gets the work done. It is a perfect split down between A and... Oh, S tier is pulling up. Alright, when that gets to 20 votes, we'll call it a... We'll figure it out unless we get, like, another split. Oh, A tier's clutching up. One more vote to decide it all. And it's perfectly tied. Alright, we need someone to be a tiebreaker. Dang, well this is inconvenient. Perfect split down the middle. Wait, we should just make a Jet tier. Well, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't know. I think Jet is fine in S tier. Oh, we got someone clutching up, pulling in. Alright, we got 3 more people here. Please, people, vote for whether or not you think Shower should be an S tier or A tier. We can't decide. So far, though, it looks like... I think if Shower does get into S tier, it's definitely gonna be, like, below Jet, obviously. Mist is gonna be a controversial one. But, I think, as of now, I think we're gonna go and say that, Shower is indeed an S tier. Just not as good as Jet. I think that might be the most heavily debated one there. Until we get to the one we have now. Mist. This is gonna... We might need to do a few polls on this one. I personally am a fan of Myst. I think you can have a really fun time with Myst. Although personally, I think Myst is an A tier. Myst is controversial though, because I can definitely understand that. I understand that people don't like Myst for whatever reason. I don't understand what that reason is, because Myst, it's like, let's say like you're out washing a car, and like you don't want to use something like shower or jet because they're a little too hard. They hurt your hands with how pressurized they are. You pull out Myst, you just get your hands a little wet. You rub them together, get all the soap good. You spray with Myst again. You're all good. It's like a perfect little. It's like a portable outdoor sink. Myst is pretty good. Is it as good as jet and shower? No. But it's really not a D tier. And plus, you can have some fun with Myst. With like, you pull up on your friend. You got the garden hose set to Myst. It's you think they're gonna get soaked, and then just boom, you pull them with Myst. Although that argument can be made for Soaker. Soaker is a very funny one, but we're not there yet. So personally, I think I'm gonna have to make the executive decision and put Myst in the A tier. All right, Soaker. This one, this breaks my heart because personally, I am a massive fan of Soaker. And I know this is going to be one that people want to put in D tier, but I really am a fan of Soaker. I think Soaker is not. I think Soaker, if anything, has its own tier. I think Soaker might need to have its own meme tier just because of how like funny Soaker is. It's got its uses. Let me try to sell you on Soaker, please. So imagine you're out with your dog. You gotta wash your dog. I just did this a few days ago. And you don't want to use jet on the dog, but you also don't need to use shower either. You just kind of need to get the dog wet. You don't want to use shower. Center sucks, so why would you use that? And like, so you pull up with something. What are you gonna use? You can't use Myst. It won't get them wet enough. And then you switch to Soaker. And then it just soaks the dog. You're all good. It's achieved the purpose in its name. And like Fanakin said, you can use Soaker to wash your hands here. Soaker, in my opinion, is not a D tier. It's probably not an A tier though. I don't want to say it's as bad as Center. Jack, Soaker has more than one use. You are not seeing the vision here. Everyone forgets Soaker exists, and then they see Soaker and it's like, oh, it's the funny one. It just flops right out. Whatever point would you have for this? And then I'm explaining to you all the beautiful points of Soaker. What if you don't have a dog? Well, you can still wash your... Soaker will always be good or reliable for washing your hands. Or what if you don't have hands? If you don't have hands, I don't think this tier list applies to you. Personally, I think I'm going to have to make the call again and put Soaker in the B tier. As a little kid, I did not enjoy Soaker very much. But as I've grown older, as the mature 19-year-old I am now, I think I see the value of putting Soaker in B tier. Cone. I hate Cone. Cone could have its own look. What is the point of Cone? Everything. Cone is the worst garden hose setting known to mankind. There is no point in Cone. What are you supposed to do with Cone that you can't do with, like, shower? Cone is, I think, the worst. Oh my god, Cone sucks. Alright, Cone enjoyers, tell me what do you like about Cone? What use can Cone have that can't also be done by the Giga Chad setting shower? I would love to hear what could possibly be done with Cone. I'm just hearing Cone is a total S. Cone is Cone. But why? What is so good about Cone? Cone can make the shape of a cone. So what? So can shower. If you aim it low and if you go up, you point it down, you shoot shower, shower makes a cone too. There's no real reason to use cone. There's no point. It doesn't shoot as far as shower. All it does is make a cone. There is no objective use in using cone over shower, ever. I hate cone. I really do. If you want to hit your friend but not the head, I mean, use shower then. There is no reason that cone should ever be used over shower. I have not heard one example besides like, but it's a cone. So what? You can make a cone out of shower too. Cone is not... I don't even... I honestly... I'm getting very passionate about garden hoses here. I don't even see... I honestly think cone might be worse than center. Like cone is supposed to be trying to do the same thing as shower. It just does it worse. Cone is more spread. Actually, no, you got a point there. I think Bugsnax has said the only logical thing about cone. Alright, so congratulations, you've moved it up from D to C. I think we can make the argument of making cone in either high C or very low B. I think cone has reason for not being in the D tier, but I cannot see cone going any higher than the lowest B. Cone is the arrow spray of hose heads. I agree. Like if anyone's got any valid reasons as to why cone should be in low B, I'm down to hear it. Cone is used when you're cleaning your porch. Yeah, can't you do that with jet though? Why would you use cone? Can you give me more like depth here on this one? Because like if I'm cleaning something that requires pressure, I'm gonna go with jet. Put cone in highest. No. Never. I would never put cone in S tier. Conocrats versus shower publicans. Cone is range and speed. Wait, no! Cone is a lower range than shower. There is no way that cone has a longer range than shower. You know what? We need to look up some cone gameplay here. What has longer range? Cone or shower? There's no way Google can actually give me a straight response here. There's no way that cone has okay. So I'm on a website right now called gardeningnowhow.com, and its description of cone says the cone setting gives you a circle of spray so you can water a ring of plants all at once. How often are you watering a ring of plants, though? Like, I'm really struggling to see the objective purpose of cone. Like, all I'm hearing here is stupid kids saying that it makes a cone. Who cares about the cone? Is cone gonna save your life the way jet or shower is? Like, man, even center can go farther than cone. Why aren't there more people on the internet debating the vitality of Cone? This is a very intense subject. We need more people talking about this. Oh, my homies love Cone. You don't have 500 rings of plants. How could Jet save a life? Well, imagine someone's got a gun, and they're coming right after you, and all you've got is your trusty garden hose. What are you gonna set that thing to? If that's all you have to defend yourself, are you switching to Cone to protect yourself? No, you're switching to Jet. You're gonna try to, like, soak the guy. Maybe hit him with so much pressure he drops the gun. Jet can save your life. That's why Jet belongs in S tier. I don't see a Alright, you know what? Am I allowed to do multi, Okay, you know what? This might be a bad idea, but we'll let the people vote on this one. And, whatever my vote will be will account for 10% more. So we'll drop in a... No, we'll drop a... My vote will count for 5%. So whichever one I choose... And personally, I choose a C. Well, that'll be the final answer. I'm making the poll right now, kids. Hold on. Alright, there you go. It's a rigged democracy. I don't care. It's my stream. Get them in there. Let's figure it out. Come on, C tier. Clutch up. Clutch up, C tier. Come on, we can't let these people put Cone. It's okay, El Muchacho. If it can't go in D, it might as well go in C. We need Cone to clutch up and go in C, not S. Cone is not worthy of S. Cone cannot stand among the freaking Shower and Jet. Cone does not deserve S tier. It is not over yet. We can still put Cone in its place in C tier where it belongs. Cone does not deserve S tier. There is no possible viable reason, unless you own a ring of flowers, to use Cone over literally anything else. There is no reason. I truly believe that we just have people memeing and putting Cone in S tier. There is no objective reason to, like, take Cone seriously. Ever. Cone is not our friend. I need you A and Bs to come to your senses here and jump down to C. I have used Cone, and there's no purpose to use Cone. I swear to God, if I have to do another stream tomorrow morning about, I just pull my garden, to pull my garden hose out and show you all why Cone sucks, it'll be really annoying, but I'll do it because there's no point in using Cone. Cone is stupid. There is no point to using Cone. We need 9% more to put Cone in its place. I need you B tiers to reconsider and come to our side. Think about it. Think about how much you love Flat. Do you really want to see Cone on the same setting as, on the same tier as Flat? Like, Cone doesn't deserve that. No, Flat doesn't deserve that. There is no reason that Cone should even possibly be compared to Flat. Like, like, Soaker is funny. Cone is useless. There is no point in using cone. Cone is for DIY fountains. Who cares? So is shower. There is no reason to put cone in S tier besides the fact it makes a cone. How often, think about it here, seriously. How often, when you're playing with the garden hose, do you play with cone? You can get so much more enjoyment out of all of them. Cone is just like a secondary shower. Shower is good. Shower is fun. I've yet to see one compelling argument besides, like, semi-classic Sonic fan. Hey man, I am passionate about my hoses. I have yet to see one compelling argument as to why cone actually has a viable use. There is no viable use for cone. Quad jump C2, let's go! Alright, we wait a little longer just to hold it. There is no... I'm glad people are starting to understand here that there is no viable use for cone. We'll give it like a minute and a half longer, and then we'll close the poll. It's not rigged. People are coming to their senses. There are so many ones that look cooler than cone. Cone is getting what it deserves because it is not swag. Cone could not compete, so it is going to go in C tier where it belongs. So are we all done? Can we all agree now? The cone has no use? Alright, thank you. I will level with you. I will say that cone has more uses than center. I'm glad we can all come to some form of agreement. Actually, I don't know. With the strong argument of wanting to put cone in either S or A, I will level and I will put cone mid B. Not nearly as good as flat, but better than Stoker. Definitely better than center. Can we agree here? I think we can agree here. Cone is flat, but the entire circle. And you say, well, I don't care. I don't care. I feel bad. I don't want to rig the vote. I don't want to rig the vote. In fact, I'm going a little above and beyond to try to, like, get less of an argument here by going, like, meeting halfway. Can we all be happy with the results here of how this has gone? Yeah. Well, no one cares about your opinion, Bugsnax. Everyone else seems to be a happy little moderate here. And that's what we need. So here we have it. We have our perfect garden hose setting tier list. Do we have anything we want to relook at that isn't cone? Don't care, Bugsnax. We don't care about your opinion. I didn't rig it. And I literally advocated the most for C and then decided to go back on what I said about putting it low as possible and put it in B because there were so many people. Alright, someone is saying Mist is overrated. Do we want to talk about Mist? How do we feel about Mist being an A tier still? Do we want to do anything to Mist? Because honestly, I'm starting to agree. I think Mist probably... I don't know. I wouldn't be against putting Mist. I don't think Mist deserves C. But I could definitely make the I think the argument could definitely be made for switching flat and Mist. 15 minutes debating on cone. Yeah, I know. We're done debating on cone. Cone has its place. So we'll pull another poll here. We'll try to discuss where we think Mist should be before we come to any final conclusions. Flat is not a C. Flat is super good for things like cleaning your car and watering a large area of plants. Flat is very versatile in what it can do. Cone will not return. We are not talking about Cone anymore. Well, it looks like most people want to see Cone stay where it is, although we're only at 8 now. Oh, we might actually see Cone move up to S, or not Cone. Sorry, so sick of talking about Cone. It looks like Mist might actually move up to S tier, which I can understand. Mist is a pretty good setting, although it looks like majority of people just want to see it stick at A tier. Okay, what the frick? Why is the stream The stream was 30 minutes long. It's still going, dude. So I'm gonna wait until we get around like 24, 25 votes, and then we will come to our conclusion. We are not recounting Cone. No one can take Cone seriously after we've memed it to death. Cone can sit in B tier. Now, Cone is not... I can explain why I think that Flat is better than Cone. If you're trying... You can't do the same thing you do with Flat without, like, flailing it all around. And it does a circle, not a line. If you're trying to make a line, you go with Flat. You don't go with Cone. It's not going to be even. You can be much more precise with Flat. Alright, also, we're at, like, 27 votes. So I think we're just going to go and keep, Mist in A tier. Didn't expect to be getting political about H3 nozzle nose ripoffs. Flat should be same tier as Mist. Alright, how about we evaluate Flat? Because it seems like we're getting angry about Flat being above Cone. So we'll reevaluate Flat. Although I do believe that Flat should stay at top B tier. We're not moving Cone at all. Alright, there we go. Why would you need to be precise? Also, center would work for that. Why is C then? Well, let's see what people want to say. Let's see. We'll let the people decide here, and everyone has chosen a separate setting. I am really not liking this Flat slander here. Why is no D option? If it scores like consistently low, we can have a contest for if we want Flat to be in Okay. Now, think about this when you are considering your vote for Flat. You could shoot Flat horizontally like that. That looked really bad on the internet. Don't take that out of context. Or you could also shoot Flat like this. See? Flat has 2 ways. You can move Flat in 2 ways. What's another flip? Man, I'm just talking about garden hoses. Oh dear lord, I love the internet. Alright. No, do not do that. I'm simply just a man talking about garden hoses. Well, that can be good in certain situations, but Jet applies the most damage to people. I mean, yeah, it's not about, like, doing damage to people. It's about, like, its versatility. Jet gets S tier because it's versatile in doing things and also having fun. Flat is in B tier because it's not so much as good as having fun, but it can certainly get a job done very well. And I think we'll get to like 25 votes before we conclude. But it looks like we're getting the same thing. Not a lot is changing. I think the next one we have to reevaluate is Soaker. This is politics in 3099. Yeah, I think we should reevaluate Soaker after this. I'm really hoping that Flat does not really lose to freaking Code. Flat is objectively better. You don't think a hose is a weapon? I think it can be a weapon. I think, like, hoses absolutely can be weapons in water gun fights. But there's also more that you can do with a garden hose. Like, actually garden or wash your car. And that's where I think Flat shines. It's not... Flat isn't meant to be funny. It's not meant to be something to have fun with. Flat is simply meant to get a job done. And when you choose Flat, you can take solace knowing you are going to get your job done very well. So that is why I think Flat deserves high B tier. No one actually plays with Cone. Everyone just likes Cone because, oh, funny cone noise. Or funny cone shape. Alright, I think we're going to call it. Flat will stay in B. Though I am... Sorry, gardening with a hose? Yeah! If you have, like, outdoor plants, like bigger plants, or if you're watering grass, are you going to use a watering can for that? No, you're using a hose. It's a gardening hose. I am really passionate about garden hose. Alright. So, before we go on to Soaker, we will decide if we want Flat to be high B tier or low B tier. Almost done. Alright, there we go. Power washing setting is DLC. Alright, place your votes, kids. Be smart, keep Flat and high B. Everyone's talking about Cone is so good, and yet Cone consistently loses to Flat. Still losing. I think you Cone supporters are really just a vocal minority. Because every vote we actually do, you guys still lose, although this is looking really dangerous here. Can we get some middle people to go to, like... You guys are scaring me here. We need to put these Cone lovers in their place. Please, for the love of all good things, hoses, you need to vote for at least keep it in high. We'll be voting on Cone after this, too. All you middle people, I hope you realize that if you vote middle now, there is a chance that Cone could become high B tier. Bordering on A tier, where we keep our beloved Mist. Just think about that before you call Cone middle. This is literally just politics. It's politics, but cool. Cone is not S tier. It was not determined to be S tier. In fact, objectively, it won C tier. Just so you know. Alright, everyone in the stream voted. Cone will stay, or Flat will stay in high B tier. So, we'll now discuss whether Cone gets middle B tier or low B tier. I like how I'm debating over the Cone setting on a garden hose instead of doing my homework due tomorrow. we'll reevaluate. Center will be the last thing we reevaluate. Alright. So personally, I think this is the lowest stakes poll we have here. Because it can't really do any better. It can only do worse. I really don't care about where Cone goes from here. The vote was rigged. I don't know how. Everyone in the stream at the time voted on it. And it's looking like Cone probably is not going to move. The people voted. Cone is middle B. It might even go to lower B. Who knows yet? Cone is a B tier setting. The people voted on it. The Council of Garden Hose Settings came together and carefully crafted this, and you Bugsnax are trying to undermine our democratic election. Bugsnax is Donald Trump. This is the best stream I've ever done. Alright, we'll give it to, like, if everyone in stream votes, we can finish this now. And you stalled the votes to get more votes for C. Oh, what did you want me to do, Bugsnax? Stop the count? No, you are literally Donald Trump. You wanted me to stop the count when you were ahead? You want me to stop the election, Bugsnax? This is the best stream I have ever done. Alright, I think we're gonna come to the conclusion so that Cone is not moving. Wait, actually... Alright, yeah, we got 23 votes, 25 people in here. Bugsnax, this is the only stream where it is appropriate to say stop the count when I make any election jokes. Alright. Well, it looks like everyone in stream right now has voted. Cone will stay in middle B tier, leaving Soaker to be lower. Alright. So. Trump snacks. This stream is awesome. Alright, so do we want to reevaluate center? Alright. We'll throw a pull up for center. I'm not even gonna leave S on there, because there's no reason Cone will even be coming close to S. I've been saying center right when talking about center. I might have been saying Cone because my brain is just fried from this. We've even recounted this election, Bugsnax. We are going over everything twice. So, there is no reason to think that Cone should have won. It lost twice. Cone is not good. It's mid-B. We voted on it twice. So, I'm sorry that you feel this way, but Cone could not even move out of middle B. I'm sorry, Bugsnax, but Cone lost the election. Where were you on January 6th, Bugsnax? I know we would put... Bugsnax, we held a fair, public, democratic election, and Cone lost. I think yearly we should reevaluate the garden hose setting tier list. Oh, wow! Center might actually sink a tier. Can we re-vote on flat? No, we voted on flat like 3 times. Flat does not need to be voted on again. Center might actually drop one, though. That's hilarious. Center is just kind of like a mid-jet, though. Give Cone another chance. It wasn't ready. There is no reason to vote for Cone again. We have already We have recounted Cone twice. There is no reason to count for Cone again. Put this on your reminders for next year. I'm a center hater, but I don't want to make the center fans angry. I mean, hey, if we all agree, this is one of the least divisive elections we've had here to move Cone down to D tier. Almost everyone in the stream has voted, and it looks like Cone is gonna sink down to D tier. Honestly, Mist is S tier, no cap. We voted on Mist twice, and it won A tier both times. The reason I'm choosing not to vote on Cone is because the Cone lost twice. We voted... I would have done another vote on Cone if the people could come together and vote Cone as, like, high B tier. We would have voted on bringing Cone up to A tier then. But Cone lost. Cone stayed mid B tier. We voted on bringing Cone down. Cone originally got C tier, but I moved it to B tier because there were so many people that wanted it higher. So we moved it to B tier. We then voted on if we should move Cone up to high B tier, and Cone lost. I'm sorry, Cone supporters, but there are simply just less of you than you think there are. Congratulations, you are a very vocal minority, but you lost. Alright, we got everyone in the stream who voted, and it looks like Center has lost and has moved down to D tier. Which means, do we want to see if anything from B tier can go down to C tier? Oh, have we voted on Soaker? I will not tolerate spam in this chat. Alright, actually, how about we vote on a Cone revote? No, we deal with Soaker first, then we vote on a Cone revote. High B was a choice. It literally was. I will go find the poll. God, you Cone fans are just monsters, you know that? No, we didn't have a choice. I didn't have a vote on where Cone should be because Flat won high B tier. Flat already won, which means Cone's only choice was to go in low or middle. That is why we didn't have a vote there. This is the best stream of all time. Alright, we'll vote on if we want to move Soaker down to C tier. Alright, let's vote on Soaker. We'll address Cone for the third or fourth time after this. Telling my mom what I'm doing right now. Alright. So what's winning right now? Alright, so we got 27 out of 33 people voting so far. C looks like it's winning. Although A is at a surprising pull up. Also, guys, I would just like everyone to know, my mom says that shower is the best setting, which we already agreed on. I'm gonna ask my mom what her opinions on Cone are. Alright, we have 4 more. Everyone who hasn't voted yet, make sure you cast your vote for Soaker's tier. My mom says she never uses Cone. like everyone to see this. I don't know if you can see it. She says she never uses it. You know what options my mom uses? Shower in full only. Huh? Who would have guessed? Who'd have thunk? Alright, so we got 32 out of 34. This poll's been running out for 2 minutes. I don't think there's any way that A or B could pull back up. So I think we'll move Soaker down to the C tier. Alright. So, Cone fans, even though you are an absolute joke, we will vote again on if we want to re-vote on Cone. So, I will host this poll, and we will talk about if we want to re-vote on Cone. We are not voting for Cone yet. We are going to vote to see if we want to talk about Cone. Alright, let's talk about Cone. Are we gonna re-vote on it? Remember, we have voted on Cone 4 times already. There is no reason to vote on Cone again. Cone is trying to undermine our democratic election, and we cannot let this happen. There is no reason to vote for Cone again. We have voted on Cone several times. We cannot let Bugsnax and her Cone propaganda compromise our democratic election. We are a good republic. We are a good democratic republic, and we do not need this power-hungry lunatic trying to come in here and undermine that we believe Jet and Shower are the best settings. There is no way that Cone is going to get lower. This is Cone fans trying to undermine our democratic republic. Alright. I guess we have agreed to re-vote on Cone. I would just like to remind everyone, how am I sounding like Trump? I am not sounding like Trump. We voted on Cone 4 times and found that it is not worth it. We are really going to have people supporting Bugsnax. Do we want to... So, I can't include, 5 options. If we're voting on Cone again, do we want to, like, up the stakes here and remove B and add D? Why are people actually siding with Bugsnax here? This is sad. This is not looking good for our democracy. Like, only options C and D. Trump snacks. Dear God, this took a really alt-right turn really fast. Alright, we'll up the ante. Alright, hold on. This is really stupid and is undermining our democratic republic. This is supposed to be the ultimate tier list for Cone settings, everyone. And we are really, really compromising that here. Alright, let's do it. Let's vote on Cone. I'd like to remind everyone that we are trying to have a very good list that we can show the world about how we feel about the truly best ones. Because this keeps getting undermined, I am going to place my opinion here. My opinion will be worth just as much as everyone else's. So however much that comes out to, we'll figure it out. We need to push a D for Cone movement. C voters, Aren't you tired of getting pushed around by Cone? We have Bugsnax and all these people trying to undermine our democratic election by pushing Cone to S tier where it does not belong. We need A, C, and D tier users to unite and finally push it back. It's not too late to recast your vote, to put it in D tier where it belongs. I am not rigging the vote, Bugsnax. You have pushed these poor people into voting several times and wasting precious time for this democratic election. Cone does not belong in S tier under any way, shape, or form. There is no base snacks. It's time to push Cone back where it belongs. Cone has not done anything valuable to the place that we live in our ecosystem with cones and jets. Holy crap, my brain is actually melting dealing with this. All my homies truly hate Cone. Cone is D tier. I don't even care if we spam it. Cone is a D tier setting, and we need to acknowledge this. What has Cone done to earn the spot among Jet and Shower? You don't play with Cone. You play with Jet and Shower. Cone belongs in the trash. Jack, don't you switch up on me. Jack, you are my ally. I don't want to see you switching up on me. And there's definitely some voter fraud going in here. How do we have 42 votes? There's 37 people in here. Definitely voter fraud going on in here, but we're not going to talk about that one, are we? We are not stopping the count. The poll's only been going on for 2 minutes. This is Bugsnax propaganda, and I will not stand for it. Let's bring this to Twitter and hit trending. This is a flatocracy and Coneunism. I'm not stalling anything. The poll's only gone on for 3 minutes. We can sit here like adults and deal with it. This is Cone propaganda, and I'm not happy about this. When we bring this to Twitter, what do you think everyone is going to say? That Cone belongs there? No way. Cone is not S tier. At all. Sleepy viewers. This is propaganda, and we all know it. Cone is mid, and it sucks. Cone belongs in D tier. Alright, you know what? Why don't we compromise? My D tier voters. My A tier voters. I think it's time that we reconvene on choice C. We are moderates. That's how we win our elections. We don't deal with this propaganda stuff. We deal with things like moderates. I need everyone to vote for C and show them that these radicals cannot try to mess up our election in any way, shape, or form. We converge on vote C. We do the right thing and save our election here. Cone is not an S tier, and it never has been. And I'm tired of people trying to think about that. We move on C. You can't change your mind on votes. Yes, I can. You don't make the rules here. I do. Cone is not good in any way, shape, or form. We keep Cone down at C, where it belongs, where it won in the first election. We don't let Bugsnax and her bug publicans bother our democratic election. This is propaganda, and we stop it now. This is stressing me out. I'm fine with C. Converge on C. Can you guys change your votes? Oh, no, you can't. Oh, wow, you're right. Make a new one. Can I have multiple at the same time? I'm not stalling. I'm saving our democratic election. What do we do here? Because there's more people that say A, C, and D. Recount the votes. How do we debate on whether or not we recount the votes, though? Alright, Bugsnax. Since you seem to be the leader of the cones, since cones are so good, and we've already voted on them like 3 other times, they should be able to win one final one, correct? Do we have an agreement here? Because cones are that... Oh, do a coin flip. That's a good idea. I have a 50-cent coin over here. We'll flip that. Yeah, you won 1 election out of 4. Alright. So, this here is a 50-cent coin. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see anything. There are many people in this election that would like a recount. Me included. Bugsnax included at one point until they started winning. So we are going to test the integrity of this election by voting on it one last time, being the 5th vote we have had on cones. The 5th and final one. In this one, we are only going to have 2 tiers. Since we want to be all high and low about it. Bugsnax, you've changed the rules several times. I don't want to hear it. Alright. Heads we recount, tails we don't. Well, look at that, Bugsus. We got a heads. Let's see it. If Cone is so good, it can win 1 more. 1 final one, and I'll stop. I'll stop after that. Just like you have wanted to vote on it several times. One last one. 2 options. S or D. Give it your vote. Let's see it. I'm going to keep my mouth quiet. Even though you'll be spamming away in chat like the loser you are. How am I using alts? I'm not using alts. You can watch my hands. I'm not using alts. We'll keep the poll going for a while. I don't care. I truly believe in my heart that Cone will lose. I've got nothing to worry about here. Cone is not going to win. Because Cone sucks. And it belongs right down there with freaking center. The coin flip was not rigged. I'm not going to end the poll. Because that would be doing what Bugsnax wants. Isn't that what you wanted, Bugsnax? Stop the count? Isn't that what you were saying? Isn't that what I was hearing here? Stop the count? I don't think so. Yeah, Bugsnax, there were more votes than less viewers in here when Cone was winning too, so I don't want to hear it. You've done the same thing. We have voted on this 5 times. We did a coin flip to determine if we were going to do this. More viewers wanted this than not. What is going on? We are having a very intense debate over where we want the cone garden setting to go. Do a Google coin flip so we can't read. Why? We already did it! We're already voting! They're tied. If they stay tied, what do we want to do? Just throw it back in B? There's no reason to... Yeah, what do we even do at this point? Should do more tier list streams. I love the chaos. I do too. Confirm. Copium. There's no copium here, man. There's just our team straight winning. Not a single thing going on here. So much anger. So much aggression. Bugsnax is making all accounts, calling it right now. At the 5-minute mark, we'll call it. So much spam in here. My D tiers, let's finish this off. We will finish this fight once and for all. Finish this in the last minute. Don't let Bugsnax win. We can't let Bugsnax win. This is not a safe space for the S tiers. We have 1 minute left. Let's finish this fight and finish it good. We don't stand for this behavior. Be saddened to see a Cone defeat, a Cone win. Cone doesn't deserve S tier at all. Alright, we're at 5 minutes. Are we all agreeing to stopping it now? Or is Bugsnax gonna keep throwing a temper tantrum? Because Cone goes in D tier. 54 votes. Cone lost. We had a 5-minute poll with 55 votes. Cone lost. Goodbye. You can be above center. You're better than center. Okay, we need to stop the spam now. We need to calm the spam down. It's going insane. Bugsnax sore loser moment. You can't call rigged. We did a coin flip to vote on it. This is it. This is our tier list. We've done it. We have finished it. We have voted on everything twice. We voted on Cone 5 times. We have it. We can do tier under D for Cone. Nope. We're done. We have voted on Cone 5 times. Pissing on Cone's grave right now. It's over. Cone is over. Should have done a Google coin flip. Why? Either way, even if we just decided to re-vote on it, Cone lost. Sorry, we actually voted on Cone 6 times, and it lost. Just about every single time. Cone won once, and then in the other one, they lost. I don't even care if I go back to 14.99. I don't care. It's about the integrity of this great democratic election we have. Don't care. We have recounted 5 other times. No more. We're done. The only other possible thing that I could think of is if we expand the voting base by a ton and we go on Twitter. I don't have any alts. We can go on my Twitter and we can vote for it. Although there's really no point, because we've been at this for an hour and 11 minutes, mostly voting on freaking Cone. Can we all agree that Cone lost fair and square? Cone loses. Sorry, Cone users, but your setting sucks. Bugsnax, there was probably alt usage on yours too. Cone lost. We're done. Sorry, Cone clowns, but there's less of you and more people that hate Cone. We're done. This is our tier list. We've been at this for almost an hour and 15 minutes. We're done. Here it is. This is our beautiful tier list. Cone lost. It's over. Alright. That was a very good stream, everyone. A little chaotic. But it was great. I had a very good time voting on everything with you. You know, at the end of the day, whether or not you are on Team Cone or anti-Cone, we can all agree that everything else here is pretty much perfect. Sorry that Cone had to end this way. It could have even stayed in Bs if we wanted it to. The Cone users wanted to fight to get higher, and in the end, it went down. So that should teach you something about election fraud. It won't work, no matter how much Trump Snacks says it will. Alright, everyone. This has been a great stream. Hold on, someone subscribbled. Nishinoya. Thank you for subscribing. Alright, everyone. It's been a great stream. Thank you all. See you later. Bye-bye.